Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here. We are back with another video as of today, and today is going to be another sports betting video. Yes, it's going to be a little bit different since this one is going to technically be the start of the NBA betting, but hey, we're hopping into it. I'm super excited. I've done some really good research. I am ready to go. I think that these are going to be some of the best bets of the day. They're pretty safe for the most part, but I really like what we're getting into. So, if you guys are new, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys are betting on today. Let me know if you guys are tailing me. Let me know if you're fading me. I love to hear all that. So just let me know down in the comment section below. And make sure to turn on that notification bell so you guys get to see anytime that I post. But I'm really excited about my slate. I am posting this as of the day before the Monday slate. So technically, I'm recording this on the 28th. I've done all my research for every line that's out so far. So by the time you guys are watching this video, the lines may have changed or they may look a little bit different. But hopefully they're in our favor, and hopefully we can go ahead and cash these. So first bet of the day that we are going to be taking, just to let you guys know a little bit about me, I am a huge Bulls fan. I'm one of the biggest Bulls fans that I know. I'm a diehard Bulls fan. Been a Bulls fan for a very, very long time. I'm from Central Illinois. The very first time I ever watched a basketball game was Derrick Rose when he was in Chicago during his MVP season. And ever since then, I've fell in love with the game of basketball. So, a little bit about me, but I know you guys don't really care about that, so I'm just wanted to throw that out there. So our first one, it has to be on the channel, of course, has to be a Chicago Bulls bet, and it is going to be Demar Derozan over 24.5 points against Charlotte, minus 110 value. So it's pretty much as even as it can get. Charlotte is 28th in defensive points per game overall, so they're not a very good defensive team. Obviously, the Chicago Bulls have been very solid overall. Demar against the Hornets, when he has shot over 16 or more times against the Hornets, he has been 5-3 in his last 4 seasons. Obviously, Demar has, kind of been a very solid scorer over the past couple seasons. But over his last 4, he is 5-3 when he shot at least 16. And since his time has been here on the Chicago Bulls, he has only attempted fewer than 16 shots one time, and even in one of the times that he shot fewer than 16 times, he still cashed this 24.5 points over in one of those games. The other one, he had a dud, but like I said, I think that truthfully, if he gets his 16 shots, I think he's hitting this pretty easily. DeMar DeRozan has been in a scoring clinic as of lately. He has put up a lot of points. He's like 5th in MVP race, which obviously I don't think he's going to get it, but truly, I mean, if he's in the MVP conversation, obviously he's scoring a lot of points. So I really like that as my first bet of the day. Minus 110 value, so nothing too crazy, no plus odds or anything like that. But that is definitely one of my favorite plays of the day. My next play of the day is going to be Darius Garland of the Cleveland Cavaliers over 6.5 assists versus Dallas. This one is juiced. This one is a very safe bet in my opinion. It's a little bit juiced, but it's minus 140 odds. So I know that it's a little bit juiced if you guys don't want to take that, but hey, I'm just here to provide winners. I don't care about the juice. I don't care about any of that. I'm truthfully just going for winners. So a little bit on the statistical end of things. He is averaging 7.1 assists per game, so he's already hitting that 6.5 mark. So he's already set himself up in a pretty good position. In his last 3 games, obviously, as we know, Colin Sexton is out for the rest of the season. Hopefully he does continue to rehab. Hopefully he continues to get better. All the good stuff. I wish him nothing but the best. But at the same time, with no Colin Sexton in his last 3 games, Darius Garland has gotten 11 assists, 7 assists, and 11 assists again. So a very, very solid passer of the basketball. He can really get things going, especially with no Colin Sexton. Of course, Ricky Rubio has played very well this year, but I think that, Darius Garland is going to be here for the future. So they're really looking to get the ball in his hands a lot as opposed to in Ricky Rubio's, even though Ricky Rubio's been playing fantastic. Shout out to him. But right now, I think that this is going to be a great game for Darius Garland, and it's against Dallas Mavericks, who not necessarily the best defensive team anyway, but they also give up the 9th most assists per game to opposing point guards in the entire NBA. So that's a very good stat as well. I think I'd have to go back and look, but I think the number was they give up an average of 8.9 assists per game to opposing point guards. So truthfully, that's a pretty good, that's like almost a full 3 assists over the amount that we would need him to hit. So I really like where we're at with this bet. I think that this is a very solid one. So once again, Darius Garland over 6.5 assists versus Dallas, minus 140, little juiced. The next one that we are going to be doing, this one I'm going to let you guys know right now. Only put a half unit on this one. Don't put a whole lot, and don't go bet your paycheck on this one or anything crazy. But this is just one that I personally think is going to hit. This one is I'm on the fence about. I'm truly on the fence about it, but I am going the Utah Jazz and the Portland Trail Blazers under 222.5, minus 110 value on DraftKings. For me, I just feel like this is the right pick, but I could 100% be wrong. So the Jazz are a top 5 defensive team in the entire league. As we all know, the Jazz are basically known for their defense. They play a lot of good defense, and it's pretty much what they're known for. They have struggled just a tiny bit, not statistically, overall they still put up a decent amount of points, but if you watch them, their offense is a little bit stagnant. It's hard for them to start to get things going. So hopefully that does happen again tomorrow, but the Portland Trail Blazers, not necessarily a tremendous defensive team, but they're average. They're a very average defensive team. They give up around 110 points per game, whereas the Utah Jazz give up about 103. So between the two teams, they do give up 213 points per game, which is solid for this bet because obviously the total is 222.5. So that's about 7 points under. So it does give us a little bit of leeway. It's actually 9, and it gives us about almost a full 10 points to kind of mess around with. So truthfully, I think this is the right one. I think this is the right play of this one, but that one I'm not 100% sure on. So be careful when you're betting. Make sure that you guys are fully invested in that one. I'm only going to be putting a half unit on it, but I still do like the play, especially with all the stats that I have to back it up. Now, my last and final play, this is going to be our best bet of the day. This is going to be my absolutely favorite bet. I will be putting a full unit on it, potentially a unit and a half. I love this bet. It's definitely one of my favorites. So, first things first, we have the Thunder +2 versus the Rockets at Houston. It's a minus 110 odds. But truthfully, if you want to go and be a little spicy about it, you can take the money line at plus 110 odds. I also really do like the money line on this one. I am going to be taking the points just to be safe, but I really do like the money line as well. I think that it's a great bet. So, first things first, Jalen Green is obviously out. He did get injured against my Chicago Bulls, and he could be out for a very extensive period of time. Hopefully, he does end up getting better. I do really enjoy watching Jalen Green play, and I think that he has a real case for Rookie of the Year, so I do want to see him back on the floor. But in the last 6 games, the Oklahoma City Thunder are 6-0 against the spread. The Rockets are just 3-3. So the Thunder have been amazing against the spread in the last 6. On top of that, like I said, it's at Houston, so the Rockets are 3-5 at home against the spread, and the Thunder in their last 9 games are 6-3 on the road. So very, very good evidence here. Pretty much everything is leaning our way in this one, and this is probably going to be the one we lose because of that. But hey, I'm going to knock on some wood here. I'm knocking on some wood. But Thunder are 6-0 against the spread. Rockets are 3-3 in their last 6. In the last 8 at home, the Rockets are 3-5. The Thunder are 6-3 on the road. So everything is kind of pointing in our direction. And then on top of that, the Thunder, with at least 1 day of rest, are 8-3 against the spread. And then they also have 2 days off, and their 2 days off against the spread record is 3-1. So they didn't play at the time that you guys are seeing this. They didn't play Sunday. They didn't play Saturday, but they played Friday. So they are technically getting 2 days off, and they're 3-1 in games after 2 days off. So they've only not covered in 1 game after having 2 days off. So they really take in that extra couple days of rest, and they get right back to it. And so I definitely think they can do that against a Houston Rockets team. And my last and final stat, in the last 4 games that these two teams have squared off, the Thunder are 3-1 outright. Completely outright. The Thunder have just taken control of the Houston Rockets in their last 4 games. So those are pretty much all the stats that I do have for you guys today. But I love this bet. This bet is definitely my favorite. So you can either take it at +2, -110. I'm going to do that just to probably be a little bit safer. But I still love the money line option if you do want some plus odds. So a little bit of recap here. First of all, we have Demar Derozan over 24.5 points versus Charlotte. We then have the Darius Garland over 6.5 assists, which is a little bit juiced against Dallas, but a very safe, in my personal opinion. It could always, nothing is ever guaranteed in sports betting, but that is a bet that I truly like. The Jazz and the Blazers under 222.5, -110. And then we have the Thunder +2 versus the Rockets, potentially money line plus odds if you want them. So that is going to do it for me for today, you guys. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. I love to talk to my comment section. I love to know what you guys are betting. So make sure that you guys comment down what you're betting, if you guys are tailing me, if you guys are fading me, whatever you guys want. It's obviously, make sure that you do your research. Make sure you guys know what you're betting before you bet it. Don't just randomly tail someone just because. It's better to feel confident in your picks. Trust me, I've done sports betting for a while now. But yeah, so that's going to do it for now. This is King Sanders signing out. Peace.